Hey, Bubble family, welcome back to the channel. So, wow, at the start of recording, I just nipped onto the channel and noticed that I'm now at 15,000 subscribers. I am so blown away. I don't know what is happening. I don't know what is happening. It's like YouTubers just suddenly start putting my videos out there. Because I've had so many people commenting saying, just found your channel, I've never seen you before. And I've been here for ages in the background, waving at everybody. Someone says that perhaps I've been shadow banned. I don't know what that is, and I don't know if anyone in the comments knows what that is. But apparently I think somebody said that it was to do with that YouTube don't show my videos. I mean, I don't know why. Maybe it was to do with what happened last year. I genuinely don't know, but it just seems really strange how all of a sudden my channel has blown up and I'm just literally in the space of a couple of days, I've gone from like 13, 7, 8 to 15. It's crazy and it's amazing at the same time. So thank you so much to all of you. I know that I go on about it. I know I go on and say thank you all the time, and you know, but I really wouldn't have this channel if it wasn't for you guys. I know that yes, I bring the content, but if no one was watching it, it wouldn't be successful. So so thank you for the support and everything else. So of course I will put a timestamp here for those of you who don't like the waffle, because there will be a little bit of waffle before I start the video. I'm going to do a recap on what's gone on, and I'm also going to talk about the people that I call the hyena squad, and I'm going to talk a little bit about them because I'm seeing some very upsetting tweets that people have either sending me to do with Prince Louis and Catherine, and this has really upset me. So I actually feel like I want to talk about this. So you know what to do, because if you don't by now, you should. Grab your drink of choice, and today mine is orange juice. Nearly forgot what I was drinking there. So yeah, whether it be tea, coffee, milk, water, maybe you like a nice glass of wine, maybe you would like a cocktail, a mojito. I have to try and really think of different drinks each video, and I fail miserably because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So grab it and let's dive right in. So welcome to the last video of the week. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, I will be doing a live with our wonderful Trev cult tomorrow night at 7 p.m. UK time. So if you have nothing better to do, make sure that you join us there. So this is a bit of a recap of everything that's gone on, and I wanted to talk about some of the comments that come through. For the most part, you know by now, hopefully, that I'm trying to build this community of people who can come on here and feel safe to talk about their opinions, even if they differ from mine or differ from somebody else's. You know, it's opening up that dialogue, because as a therapist, the one thing I would say, which is fundamental in anything, is conversation. You know, you can't possibly find out about somebody without having a conversation. You can't possibly find out about subjects without opening up that conversation, you know, whether it be, you know, you're listening to what people talk about, you know, whether it be on YouTube, whether you're looking at things that are being spoken about online. You know, it's opening up a dialogue to be better informed. I think one of the best sayings is knowledge is power. I really do believe that. The more informed you are, the more you can kind of hopefully come to a decision that fits with your moral code, who you are as a person. So that's one of the things that I want to aim for here. And the biggest thing being trying to find the truth, because as a therapist, I believe that you can't go anywhere if you're not honest with yourself and honest with others. And I know that's a tall order, because sometimes it's very difficult to sometimes be honest with people. And so, but rather than that, people sometimes they are fearful of speaking out. I see that in the comments. I see a lot of people say, you know, normally I wouldn't respond on YouTube. I wouldn't put anything in the comments, but I feel safe to do so here. And obviously some people email me because they still struggle with that, and that's okay. But for me, I want people to feel safe enough to do that without being attacked. So I do go through the comments. Obviously, it's going to take me a little bit longer now because as my channel is growing, may need to get a moderator. But I want to encourage people to come here and get different perceptions of things and talk to other people also, so people don't feel alone, because I know a lot of people that watch the channel, you know, they are on their own, and so this kind of building this community is what's really important to me. And in light of that, I think it comes to then the stuff that, this is one of the reasons why I left Twitter, because obviously what happened to me last year, but then also some of the things that that's been sent to me, and I will get to that in a minute. But what's interesting to me is I want to talk about a comment that I got actually, and I did delete this comment because it come through on my held for review folder, because I actually thought it was quite insensitive. I thought it was quite derogatory, and not factually true either. And so, you know, to me, you know, if you're quite sort of attacking, you can word things without being mean, and it was calling into question, which of course I know it happens. As soon as you start to get successful, they start coming out of the woodwork, and they haven't let me down. They have, and of course, you know, one of the things they go for is me being a therapist. And I was expecting it, and like I say, they didn't disappoint. But this one particular comment stuck with me, and I think it was because it was, in a way, I felt that it was disrespectful to you guys. So basically what this person said is, they said they were a therapist. Now, of course, I have to say allegedly, because I can't prove one way or the other, but this is what they've said, that they are a therapist and they think that what I'm doing is very dangerous. They think that I'm kind of almost inciting violence. I'm kind of creating misinformation, like conspiracy theories, and they think that I should be struck off, which is interesting considering I'm in the UK and I'm not in the United States. It's not licensed over here. But anyway, and I kind of sat back and thought about that for a moment, and I nearly let the comment through to reply to it. But then I decided, do you know what? Actually, no, because if you're gonna be like that, then you've made up your mind, and it's not my place to try and change that if that's what you truly think. But I think what it does a disservice to the people that are here on this channel, because it's creating, firstly, that I've got this kind of power that I can create you to change your mind, that I've got some kind of influence over how you think and feel. And I think that's really quite insulting, because I always invite you to use your critical thinking. I always invite you to really step back, and even if you're getting information, whether it be from me, you know, other YouTubers, comments, you know, take what you want and leave the rest. You know, you don't have to change your opinion just because someone is giving you information. Like if I'm giving you information here, you don't then, you know, kind of think, well, okay, well, for example, do you know what? I absolutely love Meghan and Harry. Oh, but I've just watched Emma's video and now I really don't like them because of what Emma said, you know, because you're trusting that what I'm saying is the truth. And I've never said that. You know, this kind of thing of, oh, it's my truth. That's not truth. That's just an opinion. That's what you think. Truth is based on facts. It's based on evidence. So when I do these videos, that's why I always put in the disclaimer. Here, see? Every time. Disclaimer. You know, that this is my own thoughts and opinions. I might be a professional in my field, but it doesn't mean to say that, you know, unless there are facts and evidence, even the stuff that I've put or I've said about the children or Harry and Meghan per se, you know, like facts, they were booed. That's a fact. You heard people booing. Boris Johnson was booed. Fact. Heard it. Are the children real? Well, that's not fact, because I don't know. But what I can do is I can give you my opinion based on what I've seen, what I've heard, what has come from other people. So I can inform my own opinion because I'm an intelligent person to know that I can inform my own opinion. But that is it. It is just my opinion. So then I invite you to listen to my video and then inform your own opinions. Like, I have had people in the comments that have said, I believe the children are real. I believe Meghan was pregnant. And I haven't gone in and gone, oh, you're absolutely wrong. And, because at the end of the day, that's not my place. It's not my place to say to somebody, oh, you're wrong. All I can say is just look at the evidence. When you think that, for example, and I will, like I say, I will do a video on this. When you think Meghan was pregnant, okay, but ask yourself this: does a heavily pregnant woman, is she able to bend down, crouch down with her knees together? The answer is factually no. This is impossible, unless she is the only woman, an anomaly that was able to do this. And we saw various footage of her bending down, heavily pregnant, with her knees together. That's just not impossible. Not possible. So this is why I think some people are coming out and saying, I don't believe she was pregnant, because it's things like this. And of course, there are other things as well, but I will go into that. So again, when it comes down to the children, facts, they are very mysterious. Whenever we have seen photographs, they seem doctored, they seem edited, they seem blurry, or the child's face is changing quite a bit, or the hair, or there's all these kind of things that are coming out. Then when you have the fact that people believe she didn't carry the children, you then start to kind of question, and then when they put these photographs out, look at the facts. The black and white photograph is edited. There is no shadow of a doubt that photograph was edited. Meghan looks a lot younger. It's pre-Botox, pre all of those things. The engagement ring looks like the original engagement ring before the diamonds were added. And that's what it looks like. Not saying it's fact, it's what it looks like. She's a lot slimmer in the face. She looks a lot younger. The child in the picture is younger than the child that we see in the picture sitting on the grass. The picture on the grass looks odd. It's not taken at Frogmore. So when you start looking at all of these things, you start to draw into question, well, what is going on here? And it's not surprising that people are going to think, well, the children aren't real, or the children are not with them, or, the fact that they weren't seen at the airport, they weren't on the flight manifest. And of course, other people are like, well, perhaps they went on a different plane. Well, yes, perhaps they did, and that again is someone else's opinion. Now, I could go to that, oh, don't be so ridiculous. Why would children travel on a separate plane? But they might have done, But, so when you have people that come in and kind of attack you for your opinion, it kind of creates me to wonder why you feel the need to attack someone for their opinion. And this leads me then on to who I call the hyena squad, because I refuse to give them the name of my home county, who are vile and just spread vitriol and just incredible. They don't have discussion points. Like, for example, I'd have a lot more respect for them if they were just kind of a group of people that were just huge fans, which we know celebrities have fans, huge fans of Meghan, and they believe, the sun shines out of her behind, and that's okay. But what I find fascinating is that how hateful they need to be. We've seen it on Twitter, the way they go out of their way to openly attack and kind of almost like vultures kind of swarm in collectively on somebody. It's almost like they pick out a vulnerability or a weakness, and they really, all of them kind of collectively pull that apart, which we see a lot in the way they talk about the royal family, and which is why I'm leading on to this subject. And I have seen, upsettingly so, a lot of things talked about in regards to Louis's sort of behaviour when he was sitting with Catherine, I believe, where they were, I'm not sure if they were watching the concert, or, no, it wasn't the concert because I think Louis wasn't there then, but they, he was they were watching something, and, all the children are there, and you've got Louis, he's putting his hand up to his mum's face, he's doing this, sticking his tongue out, and, all, and of course, then out come the comments, which they seem to find any excuse to attack this family. And what's interesting to me is the double standards, because what they seem to forget is there is plenty of footage of Prince Harry when he was little, sticking his tongue out, pulling faces at the camera, throwing tantrums. But that's okay. There's video footage of even Meghan, kind of being very spoilt brattish at a birthday party and being very almost diva-ish. Oh, but that's okay. But when you see Louis doing it, who's 4 years old, and I defy anyone who's got children that hasn't had those moments with their children where the child embarrasses you or acts up. To me, what that really shows is Prince Louis is just a normal 4-year-old that's sitting, probably a bit bored. And of course, then what comes out is, well, she should have brought snacks. She should have brought toys for him to play with. It's honestly, if she'd have, then it would have been, if she'd have brought toys or she would have brought snacks, they would have picked holes in the fact that the snack was probably unhealthy, or they would have said something else. It's like, it doesn't matter what this family does, because they want to draw attention away from the way Meghan and Harry never show anything normal about their children. You never see Harry and Meghan with these children out and about, just doing normal things. We've seen Harry that has gone out on the beach and played ball with his dog, but no Archie. Gone out for a bike ride, because bearing in mind he never went on a bike ride when he was little, even though there was plenty of footage showing that he was out on a bike ride. But no Archie. The double standards are just astounding. But what I find just so vile is the fact that they just feel this need to attack a 4-year-old. This really does show you how unhinged and how what a scary fan base they actually are. And I almost want to say cult, because to me, they really do have cult-like behaviour. The way they put Meghan, and I want to say Meghan, it's not Harry, they put Meghan on this pedestal that they refuse to see anything that she does wrong. They attack William and Catherine, calling them the most horrible names, like the weighty Katie still comes out, and they call him Baldy and things like that, which is so childish and really pathetic in my eyes. But this, to me, this really shows that their type of character, and I think they really hate it that nothing seems to faze Catherine and William, publicly, and like I say, they just have these double standards, for these two. Even if they sat there, and I honestly know that if Meghan and Harry were sitting with those, and say it was Archie that was doing that, they would have thought it was cute. They would have thought it was really lovely. And look at Meghan trying to be this, really sort of normal mum. And it shows how, even though, he's a royal child, that he's behaving so well, they absolutely would have done that, but because this is obviously Catherine and William, and I think that their bitterness of the fact that they never see the children in any normal context, because, and then they kind of make it okay, like, oh, well, they've got every right to hide their children away. I guarantee you that if Catherine and William were hiding their children away, they'd be attacked for it. It's like, it doesn't matter what they do. they seem to find everything that William and Catherine do is really terrible. And then of course then what also then comes out is what we've come out again is, oh, we're back to the affair again. That gets dragged up again, even though that's been proven to be absolutely untrue. But this, it's like that's all they have. That is literally all they have. But I think to, kind of attack a 4-year-old, and yet interestingly enough, wasn't it that long ago that Harry signed up to a company that was supposed to be protecting children from adults online, protecting children. And yet interesting that he allows this fan base that they've openly congratulated to attack his nephew. And not only that, Netflix, who he works for, have put out that satire cartoon, really creating his nephew to look quite poor in that. And he was okay with that. He was okay to work for a company that thought cuties, which was absolutely vile, in my opinion, but that was okay. Because it seems like when the price is right, when when the media is more focused on attacking or kind of negatively printing about somebody else in his family, he's fine with that. But when you go after him and say anything negative about him, oh no, well, we've got to sue, we've got to create a complaint, or I've got to moan about something, and the fan base go along with it, So I just, and I'm saying this because I'm noticing that obviously I guess the more popular my videos are being put out there, I'm noticing now that those kind of comments are starting to creep through. And for the most part, I'm not interested, don't care, they will get deleted. And I ask you guys, if you see anything in the comments, I don't know if you can tag me, but please, or screenshot it and send it to me, and I will purposely go in and find it, because I won't tolerate that. But yeah, I find it quite interesting how people really think that other people can't think for themselves. And so because I think for myself, that's the decision I have made in regards to the hyena squad, how I think about them. And it, and to be fair, I'm guessing you guys pretty much think the same, and that's why I come off Twitter. I mean, there were obviously other reasons, but that is one of the main ones, because they're not interested in the truth. They're not interested in just being fans of Harry and Meghan, because, like I say, there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like there is this orchestration of really trying to bring the monarchy down. And it's fascinating again to me how when Harry and Meghan were sitting there on Oprah and trashing the royal family, how their fan base colluded with them and was trashing the royal family, but can't think for themselves and think, hang on, wait a minute. So you're calling the royal family racist. One of them allegedly made you cry and created you to feel suicidal. You're glad you left. Yet you keep going back or trying to go back. You do kind of behave like royals in the States, even though you're not. You name your daughter after the head of this family that you said were racist and created you to be suicidal, and you come back for the Jubilee. Don't think like that, do they? It's like that. I don't know what happens to their brain, but they don't think, logically, and kind of, oh, hang on a minute, like the rest of us do, So let me know in the comments what you think, guys. like I say, thank you so much for all of your love and support. Thank you to everyone who's bought me a cup of tea, for everybody who has just supported this channel in sharing, liking. You know, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like the videos, or even and like this video if you have enjoyed it. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow evening with the lovely Trev. And yeah, thank you guys. Have a wonderful Friday, and I will see you tomorrow. Mwah. Bye.